Hi and welcome to Mobile ComboBox video tutorial and presentation. In this video I'm going to show you how simple it is to use a Mobile ComboBox graphical user interface .NET Compact Framework component in your Windows Mobile project. So let's start by creating a new Windows Mobile project. It's going to be a smart device project. I'm going to give it the name ComboBox Demo. And I'm going to choose Windows Mobile 6 Professional SDK. If you installed Mobile iPack to your computer, you will be able to see all the controls that it contains in your Visual Studio's toolbox. Now, ComboBox is right here, so I'm going to double click it to add it to the form. This is how it looks like. As you can see, I can change its size, contrary to the traditional ComboBox. Now let's examine the properties of ComboBox. The appearance category holds all the properties which influence how the ComboBox looks like. The radius property specifies the corner radius for the corners, or how round the corners should be. And we also have this arrow region width property, which says how wide this region where the arrow is should be. So I'm going to put number 30 here. And finally, the row height is the height of the individual rows when the ComboBox gets expanded. So I'm going to put number 30 here to make sure that the items can be comfortably selected using your finger, so that the user doesn't have to take out the stylus. Now the rest of the properties in appearance category are simply colors used to draw the ComboBox. An important property of ComboBox is the items property, which specifies which items should be used in the ComboBox. So I'm gonna use some general item names. The items property is actually array of string items, and the selected item index specifies which item is currently selected. Alright, that's pretty much it. Let's try to run it into Windows Mobile 6 Professional Emulator. And as soon as the application is loaded, we can test the ComboBox. We can expand it, and I can scroll the contents of the ComboBox's items using my finger, using the mouse cursor. There is no need to use a stylus. Now the great thing about ComboBox is how it can cooperate with other Mobile components. So let's make this application a little bit more attractive by putting a background image to the form. This is not possible with the standard Windows form, because there is no property for that. So we're going to use a T-form, Mobile T-form instead, which allows us to put a background image. So first of all, I'm going to add a reference to Transparent Controls DLL. Transparent Controls DLL is in a folder where I installed Mobile iPack. In the Mobile subfolder, iPack. And now I'm going to choose Mobile Controls CF 2.0 or 3.5, depending on which one I'm developing for. So in this case it's CF 3.5, and Transparent Controls is right here. And now I can import Mobile namespace and use the T-form. So now if I save the project and go back to Visual Studio Designer, look at the properties of my form. Here is the background image property. Now we're using the T-form already, although at first glance it looks exactly the same as the standard form. And now let's assign a background image to it. I have some images ready right here. So let's try this one for instance, and this is how it looks like. Now the important thing about ComboBox is to handle the selected item changed event, which is right here. So let's create a handler for this event. And whenever the currently selected item changes, we want to display this newly selected item somewhere. So I'm going to create a label, but it's going to be a transparent label, which is right here. I'm going to put it to our form, and I can specify the back color opacity for this label. Let's put a number 80 here, so that it's kind of transparent. And I'm also going to change the forecolor to white, so that we can read it better. And I'm going to change the vertical alignment to center, so that it is vertically centered. And also I'm going to put some left margin between the text and the edge of the component, so that the text is not stuck to the edge of the control, or glued to the edge of the control. Alright, and now whenever the selected item index changes, we're gonna update the text of this label with the newly selected item, and all the items are in the items property, and we're gonna choose the one that is currently selected. So this is the one. Alright, and let's try to run the application now. So as soon as the application is loaded up, we can test the ComboBox, and if I change the currently selected item, we can see that our transparent label shows the newly selected item here. Alright, so the last thing I'm going to do is a little comparison to the traditional ComboBox. So let's put a traditional ComboBox here. One of the major drawbacks of this traditional ComboBox is that it was designed in the old times of desktop Windows, and it is simply not designed for Windows Mobile. As you can see, I'm not able to change its height here, which makes it kind of difficult to use just using your finger. I'm going to copy all the items from Mobile ComboBox to the traditional ComboBox, and I cannot really initialize the selected item index property right here, so let's just try to run it. Alright, the application is loaded, and let's try to use the traditional ComboBox. So as you can see, I have to use the scroll bar here to scroll the contents, and also the rows are so small that it is impossible to choose an item just using your finger. The user would have to pick out the stylus and use the stylus to operate this ComboBox, which is quite uncomfortable, because nowadays some devices are not even shipped together with the stylus, so that would make this kind of application, which uses the traditional ComboBox, impossible to use. So this is how Mobile ComboBox works. Thank you very much for watching.